This is another diary entry, and I'm in the dark, but this time it's not because of a lack of power. It's because I'm in the guest room of a friend, Dr. Isaac Madsen, who is letting me take a power nap in the guest room, which is really nice. I had an absolute panic this morning. I had a nightmare, and the nightmare was that I was talking to an Australian student called Jack, and I was asking Jack when he got his study permit, that's basically a visa, in Zambia. I asked him how many days it took, and he wouldn't answer the question. And so I said, Jack, was it 30 days? And the reason I asked that is because I myself have had 30 days since entering Zambia to get the permit. So I asked him, he doesn't answer. And so I said, Jack, how long did it take? And he got back to me and he said, 40 days. And then in my head, while I was sleeping, I calculated, okay, I've been here 16 or 17 days, so I probably have 14 or 13 days left. And I still haven't managed to get the medical form I need to get filled in, let alone have the government take their time to process my application before the time for me to leave expires, or the time for me to stay here expires. And so I thought all of these things in my sleep, like subconsciously doing maths, and I'm not that good at mental maths, but I just woke up and I was like, oh no, this is all real. And that was about 4:40 this morning, and I just could not get back to sleep. And so I had this huge panic, and I messaged all the staff relevant to this issue that I knew at the African Christian University. And I also, messaged my parents, just like in my family, just please pray. My friend Ronnie, please pray. Just all sorts of people, good friends, David, Phil, Gabor. You know who you are if I asked you to pray for me. And I'm sorry to the good friends who I didn't ask to pray for me as well. I had asked enough friends by that time that I just felt, okay, God will hear one of you. I don't need to ask everyone, but yeah. So I prayed, and then this morning I had a lady called Chipo Njovu, who's organizing all the visa stuff. She just assured me with messages saying, don't worry, Chris, you'll be able to get to the hospital this morning. And not only that, but you need to understand that the minute you make an application, you are legally allowed to stay here until your approval, at which point you'll obviously be able to keep staying here. And so she was very kind. And a lot of me panicking this morning actually opened a door for kindness from so many people. So for example, Dr. Madsen, he had been willing to step in for one of my lessons so I could go to the hospital and teach the lesson in my place, which was very kind because it's not easy to teach an hour and a half long lesson. I had a janitor guy called Paul come up to me, and he just said to me, like, how good is the gospel? And he said how we just need to trust God. And he just gave me so many encouragements. He was just such a lovely guy. I didn't ask him to say any of this, and he just kept telling me all these wonderful things that were surprisingly relevant to my situation, which was really lovely. And yeah, suffice it to say, I went to the hospital, I got everything I needed to get, I arrived back in time for the lesson that I thought I was going to miss, so I didn't need to ask Isaac to step in. I've had so much kindness from so many directions, and above all of that, I thank God for the opportunity to be here, because, God willing, I'm not going to have to leave on the 18th of September. And I was like, I just don't want to leave this place. I do not want to leave this place. Please don't let me leave this place. I didn't want to go to South Africa and have to send my passport here and then to have it approved and then sent back with a visa and then be able to... Oh, it would have been such a nightmare. Now, that might still happen, but God willing it won't, because all we need to do is send the application online, and that's everything. So I say God willing because it will only happen if God wills it, and also because I thought it was a sure thing I was going to be here, but this morning just shattered that expectation. So I'm very much aware that it is a privilege to be here. So yeah, long diary in the dark. I'll show you a view of what it looks like outside. Thursday evenings, Isaac has students and other friends over to his house, and they just have a potluck. So I'll show you what it looks like from the guest room. So there are people talking outside there. I'm surrounded by a mosquito net. You have people outside there. So yeah. All in all, at the end of the day, it was a very good day. And I'll even give you guys a clip of my friend Gabor sent me a video of cats, literally just cats, while I was sitting in the sun by some palm trees, and it was a very nice way to end the day. Anyway, God bless to you, whoever you are, and goodbye.